Now here is something. Now I have to give this to you from a Hebrew understanding, Grandma, so we can understand what happened. Esau comes out first. Now there's a wrestling match in the womb. Flesh and spirit are fighting in the womb. And while flesh is fighting, watch this, flesh comes out first. Don't miss the revelation. God said in this season, before I birth you out, I had to get rid of your flesh first. Don't miss this. History says that Esau and Jacob were not fraternal twins. They were identical twins. Which means that my flesh can look like my spirit. All right. That's why I ain't got to be in the spirit to speak in a tongue. That's why I can speak in tongue and still cuss. I want to y'all sit out there for a few more minutes. I'm out overtime. The text says I got to rush you. I'm sitting down. This is what the text says. The name Esau, it refers to the flesh in Revelation. But in actuality, his name in Hebrew means hairy and red. Hairy and red. Now you got to understand that that's why he was a hunter, which meant that he went for blood. Right. He went for blood. That's why the revelation is it was an allusion to the flesh. Because God says you cannot walk in spirit till you crucify your flesh. See, the reason why so many people in church they time because they're in flesh and not spirit. Because the moment you get in spirit, your flesh loses relevance. And that's why Jesus said, if you don't worship me, you got to worship me in spirit. Y'all ain't hearing what I'm saying. Truth. The reason why we so tired don't want to come to church, don't want to pray, because we're doing it in the flesh. But the moment we get out of flesh and tap into the spirit, we can spend 12 hours in prayer and it seems like 15 minutes because we've been in the spirit. That's why in this hour we can't take nothing. You know what I'm saying? We can't take nothing. Because we're all about flesh. Watch this. The Bible says, and history says, that you got to understand that John, the beloved of the Revelation, the one who wrote 1st, 2nd, 3rd John and the Revelation, he, before he went on the island of Patmos, had been bald all night in oil. Where he, under the cast iron thing that they had from his head to his feet, he's been bald all night in oil. I had a bad experience. I don't know what spirit come over me, but every 6 months I like to cleanse myself and I take castor oil. And I didn't feel like, no, I do. I didn't feel like, it's been about 3 or 4 years ago, and I didn't feel like waiting for the castor oil to boil in the pot. So I put it in the microwave. Got to talking on the telephone, and it was in about 3 or 4 minutes. Well, the job, the thing was a little swell. It was a little swollen. However, when I took it out, it began to melt on the hand. And he has 3 and 4 degree burns. Wow. And they put him on the Isle of Patmos, and the Isle of Patmos was where they would throw dead bodies that weren't good enough to bury. Wow. But the Bible said, in the midst of his pain, Sister Owens, he remembered it was Sunday. And he said, I was in the spirit. He's still in pain, still hurt. But he says, when he got in the spirit, he forgot about all of the pain that he had been through, and he saw the Lord. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying? Y'all like it? And God says, it's not until you take your eyes off the pain that you're going through and look to heaven that I can show you things that you don't even know exist. I'm just about there. So now, here is the thing. Esau comes out first. Because flesh must be released first. Then the text says that when Jacob comes out, that when you look at the name of Jacob, notice now, Jacob grabs Esau by his heel. Now, what it means is, the name in the Hebrew is Yaakov or Yaakov, and it means that God shall subdue him and overthrow him. You miss that. And God says that if the enemy is ahead of you and trying to take you out, God will subdue him and overthrow him. Which means that whatever it is that you're dealing with at this point in your life right now, God is getting ready to overthrow that joker. The things that's been around you will be around you much longer, because that's about to be a divine reversal. Would you tell somebody that's about to be a divine reversal? God is about to turn some things. So now, let me hasten to my close. Obadiah chapter 1, I told you I'll preach it next time, I just take and prophesy tonight. Obadiah chapter 1 discusses how there is a transfer. Esau sells his birthright to his brother Jacob. He sells it, gives it up. But now from that point to this, Esau is so bitter that even his people from generation to generation would see Jacob struggle and they would not help him. And watch this now. They would do it and said that they were doing it in the name of the Lord. Come on. God, which means that some people will dog you out and hate you and do it in Jesus' name. Which means that some of Jesus said that they will kick you out the temple, they will kick you out the synagogue, they will treat you wrong and feel like they've done God a service. And what kind of spirit has crept up in the church is that we'll talk about each other, dog each other out, and treat each other nasty. In the name of God, I won't tell the truth, and act like God that gave you something. And all of that stuff like that, we'll do it in the name of the Lord. But what happened to love ye one another? Oh God, you ain't gonna touch it. What happened to upholding your brother? What happened to all of that stuff? He said that they'll do it in the name of the Lord. But we know that just because they do it in the name of the Lord don't mean that it's the Lord. Because Jesus said, many gonna say that they did things in my name, and he gonna say, I didn't even know. Text says, chapter 1 says now, Jacob, all the property that Jacob was entitled to, Esau comes and takes it. He comes, he takes it, and Jacob, even though he's the promise and he's the blessed of God, for a whole season has to do with that. I'm in the text now, Obadiah chapter 1 now. And God speaks to Obadiah. Now, watch this. If you don't get nothing, please get this. The name Obadiah, watch this. The name Obadiah, now first off, we don't even know where Obadiah comes from. He just shows up out of nowhere. But when he shows up, the name Obadiah looks at Jacob's situation Let me get out of here. He says, God says, watch this now. I'm going to